If you're running an accounting firm, firm of accountants, firm of bookkeepers, and you want to grow your business, then in this video, we're going to talk about the importance of a lead generation system. And we're going to share with you what are the 5 things you need to create a powerful lead generation system. See you on the video. Okay, so this is video number 3 in this series of Marketing 101 for accountants and bookkeepers. If you missed either of the first videos in the series, we'll put the links below and you can catch up on those afterwards. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring in our special expert, head of marketing for the Value Pricing Academy, Emily Cross, who helps as well other accountants sort their marketing out. So let's bring on Emily. Hi, Emily. Good to see you again. Let's get into this. So we're going to talk about the 5 things that people need as part of their lead generation system. But let's just start with a definition. Emily, what on earth is a lead generation system?
Yeah, so we touched briefly on this in a previous video. What a lead generation system is essentially, you give away a free piece of valuable content that your ideal client would really like to have, and in exchange you get their name and email address. So you probably will have seen this somewhere online at some point. You go on somebody's website, there's some sort of pop-up or there's a form somewhere, you put your name and email address in and click download, and that you get a free piece of content and they get your name and email address. So that's what it is, and there's lots of different components to that. The whole system is then kind of a process of, once you've then got that email, doing marketing to them as well. But yeah, essentially it's giving a piece of content in exchange for somebody's name and email so that you can continue to market to them and build a relationship with them.
Absolutely. And as a quick reminder, in the last video, we talked about content marketing. If you missed it, we'll put the link below. And there were the 2 goals of content marketing. One is expert positioning, and number 2 is the second goal of content marketing is to grow your list. And so let's talk a little bit about list building. There are many forms of list building. We can grow our lists by increasing our Facebook followers. We can increase our LinkedIn connections, our Twitter followers. These are all forms of list. But the most powerful list, because we don't have control of those social platforms, the most powerful list is our email list. Emily, why is an email list so important?
Yeah, email is the most powerful form of, it's the best lead to capture. It's the most direct way of communicating with people, because social media, they have their own algorithms and stuff. You know, Facebook you can do a social post and you don't know whether someone's going to see it or not, whereas you send somebody an email and it lands directly in their inbox. And generally people do spend a lot of time at their desk in their email accounts, and it's something that they can access quite easily, and it is very powerful, and it's a way that you can constantly stay at the top of their mind. So especially for, you know, accounting and bookkeeping, if you can have a kind of presence in somebody's email inbox and you're sending them, you know, 1 email a week or something, and then they get to a point where actually I would like to have a new accountant or bookkeeper, you're fresh in their mind, you're at the top of their mind because you're there in their inbox, you know, every day, every week. So it's having that more direct contact with somebody. It's a really powerful way of staying in touch with them.
Absolutely. And of course, in terms of building a lead generation system, there are really 5 things that we need to sort out. So let's go through those 5, Emily, and pick out each of these 5, the key things that people need to know. And we'll start with the first one. The first thing you need to do is have what marketers call a lead magnet. Emily, what on earth is a lead magnet?
Yeah, so a lead magnet is sometimes called a golden carrot, or it's got some other names. It's a valuable piece of content that you give away for free. So what it isn't, which I've had people ask me before, is, oh, okay, well, I have this service that I do for people. You know, I set people up on the cloud systems. Should I give that away for free? Absolutely not. It's a piece of content that is something that you make once, so it's not something you have to keep coming back to. We've got pieces of content we made in years ago, 2019, that still bring leads into this day. So it's a piece of content that is valuable to your ideal client because it solves a problem for them quickly or gives them a quick solution. So if they've got a burning question that they really would need the answer to, and you have a quick solution for it, then you would make maybe an ebook, or if you have a really useful checklist of things to do. So, setting somebody up on QBO, for example, and you want to give them a really handy checklist, then you create that piece of content, and that's something that you give them in exchange for their name and email. So it can take many different forms. An ebook is quite a powerful one because it can show that expertise and authority when you can go into depth on a situation in that way. If you have your own software or anything like that, you can give that away. If you have a really handy Excel spreadsheet that you use with some great formulas in it that you'd like to give away, then that's something you can do, or some sort of workbook or resource. It could be a video or a webinar series. There's a whole load of things that you can use. Yeah.
Absolutely. So to give an example, one of the things that we do in the Value Pricing Academy is we teach people how to price. And one of the big challenges that accountants and particularly bookkeepers have is, how do you value price cleanup work? And so a little while ago, I wrote an ebook on exactly how to do that. It looks like this. It's a 28-page ebook where I give some great tips and advice on how you can solve that value pricing issue. And if you haven't got that book yet, then you can grab your free copy of it. We will put the link below the video and you can get that. And I'll tell you why you'll want to get that in a few seconds. But let's go back to Emily and let's now talk about the second thing. So once you've got your golden carrot, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a checklist, a video, whatever it might well be, once you've got that thing that you can give away for free, the second piece of the puzzle, the second thing you need is you want a lead page. So Emily, what is a lead page?
So you've probably seen one of these before. When you land on somebody's website, or it might be a completely different page, like a standalone web page, and it will have a form on it where you can put in your name and email address in it, and then click a button and download that piece of content that you've given them. So you want to make this lead page, this landing page, so that you have a place to send people to, where they can go and access that piece of content, and it will have this form in it, and that will then connect as well to your system, so that you can capture that name and email when they put it in, and then you can follow up with an email that says, "That's great, thank you, we've got that. Here's your ebook in exchange," and you've got their email address. So the lead page is going to have a form on it and maybe a few points about what is going to be in that piece of content that you're giving them, to encourage them to go ahead and click and part with that valuable information.
Okay, awesome, great. So we're creating a page where we swap something. We give something of value to our ideal client, and in return, they give us their email address so we can then reach out to them in the future. And so let me just show you a couple of examples, and then we'll get into the third step of the process that we need to put in place. So if I just go across to here, this is one example. This is one of our lead pages that Emily created. It's for that ebook, How to Price Cleanup Work. So we'll put the link below, and you can go and click on the link, and you can grab your copy of that particular lead magnet, that 28-page ebook that I just mentioned. Another example, if you're an accountant and you specialize in tax and you want to get better at pricing tax planning work, then we also have a video series, and we'll put the link below again. So if you want to find out more about how to price tax work, then click on this particular link. And what you get here, it's not an ebook, it's a 3-part video series. In fact, it's almost 3 hours of training I've created for you on how to value price tax planning, tax advisory work, and some additional resources. And I recommend that you click on at least one of those 2 links, not just because you would find the content valuable, the free resource valuable, but also because you'll start to see how the next step in the process unfolds. And particularly when we get on to number 4, we've got number 3 next, but number 4, you'll be able to see firsthand how that works. But let's look at number 3. The third thing we need to have is we need to have a system behind the scenes, because we're capturing those emails, which means we need to have an email marketing system. Emily, what's an email marketing system?
Yeah, so email marketing system is sometimes called a CRM, so a customer relations management tool, I think. And it's just a piece of software that is going to, when somebody lands on that page and they put their name and email address in, it's going to capture that information and store everybody in the same place, so that you then have a list of people that you can go to, and you can get real complicated with this, or you can keep it really basic. So we use one called MailChimp. There's a million different options out there to choose from. There's MailChimp ActiveCampaign. There's ones that have it inclusive with other stuff like 17 Hats or ClickFunnels, places like this. But your email marketing system, when people download that resource, they'll go into your list, and then you can start to distinguish various different people. So based on the piece of content that they've downloaded. So you might, we have a list, and then we say they've got the bookkeeping ebook, so they're interested in bookkeeping, or they've got the business advisory ebook, so they're interested in that. And we can then tailor our marketing to them based on what we know, what content we know they're interested in. So, and you can schedule all of these emails and stuff to go automatically, which I believe is the next point. So.
Absolutely, it is. But Emily did mention a really important point. One of the powerful things about a lead generation system is it helps to pre-qualify people. You get to know who's interested in what. If for example, somebody downloads our ebook on how to price cleanup work, then we know they're interested in cleanup work and how to value price it. And so what then happens next, and this is where we get on to number 4, is when you've given something for free to an ideal client in return for your email address, that's not the end of the process. You want to continue to add more value. You want to keep sending them more great stuff, because when somebody joins your list, they might not yet be ready to change accountant or change bookkeeper. So you want to keep sending more value, because when you keep sending more value, when they are ready to change, you'll be top of mind. And so that might sound like a lot of hard work, but we can automate it through what's called autoresponders. So Emily, what is an autoresponder?
Yeah, so I guess what I didn't mention about the lead generation, the whole lead generation system, is that it runs automatically. So it's not something you have to check in with all the time. It just goes automatically. So what happens is, when somebody puts their name and email address in to grab that piece of content, you'll then send them a series of emails on autopilot. You don't have to go in and send them, it will just do it automatically. So when they, let's say they're downloading an ebook, they'll put their name and email address in, and then immediately they will receive an email that says, thank you for signing up, here's that ebook, you can download it here. And that's the first one that you'll send, and then you can send however many you like to send follow-up wise. I like to send another one about an hour later that says, did you get it? You can then send them maybe 4, 5, 6 emails that say, that kind of just remind them and check in with them to have they actually gone ahead and read that content, or done what you wanted them with that. Have you watched the video? Have you learnt this thing? And then you can follow up with them and say if they want to do another action. Do you want to book a meeting with me to go over this in more detail? Do you want to sign up for our Facebook group? Or you can continue to keep that connection with them and get them to do more things. And this happens all completely automatically. So you can get really complicated with you can have a series of emails that go for this ebook, a series of emails that go for another one, a series of emails that just welcome them to your list. You can have all sorts of different ones that all happen just automatically. So a really great way of staying in the top of their inbox, at the top of their mind, in their emails.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And the key thing here is you can automate the whole process. This will be at the heart of your marketing. It should be your number one marketing system. You can systemize the entire process. You can systemize the messages. And if you want to see an example of that, then do make sure you click on one of the links below, particularly the cleanup ebook. If you've not seen that, Emily built an amazing funnel with that. Autoresponders where we send you more stuff. For example, if that's what you're interested in, we'll then send you a link to a free webinar where we go even deeper than we do on the ebook. We just keep creating more value. And that's the process that you want to do with your prospects. They give you their email address and then you just automatically give them more stuff. So let's just wrap up with the number 5, Emily, because then the next question people ask is, these first 4 steps is a one-off exercise. We create our ebook, we create our lead page, we hook it up to our email marketing system, and then we write the autoresponders, and it's done. Job's done. It's all on autopilot. It's all automatic, systematized. But the question people then say is, yeah, but how do you then drive traffic to the lead page in the first place? And that's the bit where we have to keep then doing something. We have to keep driving traffic all the time. So very quickly, Emily, do you want to share 2 or 3 thoughts, ideas on how we drive traffic to the lead page? And perhaps even, what do we mean by driving traffic?
Yeah, so driving traffic just means getting people to that web page where your ebook is. So that's putting the link out in various different places. You can put it onto social media, whichever platform works best for you, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever platform works best for you and your business. Pushing the link out on there with regular social media content. You can put that link out and then have maybe 4 or 5 different posts, and then just circulate that content so that it is always going out. So you can lessen the job, but and then schedule all that stuff to go out as well. If you wanted to take it a step further, you can use paid content. So that might be something like paid Facebook ads or Google ads or YouTube ads or something like that, to push it even further out, get more reach, get more people seeing that content and landing on that page so that they have the opportunity to download that. So that is the only, manual, but you can save time with it, but that's the part where the effort goes into to get people to the system that you've already built. Once you've put that effort in at that end, the rest is all automatic. So
brilliant. Thanks, Emily. I'm going to see you on the next video, but let me just quickly sum up with a few things. So firstly, if you've had some value from this, please, of course, do the usual and hit the like button. Please also subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications. If you have any questions, comments, please put them in the comments below. If you have a question, then we will do our best to answer your questions. So let us know what's going through your mind right now. What are the questions you have about a lead generation system? And remember, we've put links below to some free resources, so go and grab those, partly because they're awesome resources, but also because you will get to see firsthand how you might build a lead generation system, what it might look like. Okay, we've got video number, if my counting's right, number 4 coming next in this series, where we're going to talk about words, the right words, communication. What are the right words to have? What are the right words to have on your website? If you've missed the other videos in this series, then the past ones, we'll put the links below, and we'll also be sharing with you the link for the next video in the series, the right words to have on your website. See you soon. Bye for now.